The massacre in that Nairobi mall 1 week ago is only one example of the Islamic extremist war against Christianity. Many of the victims of recent terror acts committed by jihadis have one thing in common: their Christian faith. But why have Christians become, again, the focus of these terrorist attacks? And why is the mainstream media staying silent? Joining us now is the vice president of Salem Radio Network, Lee Habib. Lee, good to see you.
Thanks for having me on, Mike.
I mentioned the mall, but also Egypt and Syria and Pakistan, one after the other. Why isn't the media covering this?
Well, this is just a natural bias of the media, Mike. If this was Muslims attacking, Christians attacking mosques all over the Middle East and Africa and driving Muslims out of their countries, you can be sure, Mike, that the mainstream media will be covering this. They're ignoring this story, and it's just straight bias.
Well, okay, I'll explain that a little bit more. Is the story just not, and I hate to even use this term, is the story just not sexy enough?
It doesn't interest them because it doesn't comport to their narrative, Mike. They're always looking for a bad Christian story. Let's take that fake pastor in Florida that had a fake church. There were no members. Mm-hmm. He threatened to burn a Koran, and so worried was the mainstream media about offending the sensitivities of Muslims that they covered a fake story and created a real story. Meanwhile, the real story, a mass exodus of millions of Christians from the Middle East, from the predominantly majority Muslim countries, is not covered, not as a long-running narrative.
Well, explain more why you think that narrative exists, particularly right now in 2013.
Well, look at President Obama. I mean, his theory was, if we reach out to Muslims, if we treat Muslims the same as Christians, especially radical Muslims, not the moderates, not what I would like to call the normal Muslims, maybe they'll like us better. All these religions are the same. But the fact of the matter is, all of these religions are not the same, Mike. There is a large component of Islam, and I'm talking 10, 15%, and that's large with a religion that has over 1 billion people. That could be 100 million people who are predisposed to tell Christians to get out of Dodge.
And you're never going to get to those extremists. And again, these things are not accidental attacks. These are definitely deliberate attacks. Hey, Lee, always great to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.